Shark Games here, coming at you with another Minecraft Bedrock Edition command tutorial. Today's tutorial is going to be on an updated version of my personal security system / claim system, which can be basically used to secure personal bases or other areas of the world. So basically the execute command on 1.19.51 messed up this system here, so we're just doing a quick review of the old system here, and we changed a couple of things, plus I added a couple little tweaks to it here. So let's dive right into it. For this system here, we're going to need to go ahead and separate our players a little bit with some tags. If you guys aren't familiar with tags, we're going to go ahead and assign ourselves a tag to differ ourselves from other players. I'm going to go /tag at self, and you might want to tag all your admins, whatever you'd like to do. I'm going to write admin as my tag, and we're going to use admin for the rest of the video here. And admin are going to be, oh, I spelled admin wrong there, so now we have some random tag on us. So now that we're admin are going to be immune to this system, and then you're going to go ahead and tag the individual players with a tag equals claim. And then I did claim 1, claim 2, claim 3, and so forth. So let's go ahead and make myself owner of this system here again. In the chat, we're going to go tag self add, and then we're going to do claim number 1. So now I have claim 1, and you can see that that green bar that's been on the screen there for us disappeared. At the end of the video here, you'll see exactly what I mean, but we have a admin message, and the actual person who owns the house won't receive that message, so you guys won't get annoyed with that message there. So basically the next thing we need to do is locate these commands here that we're showing you guys, all these repeat commands, inside of a ticking area. So we're going to go ahead and create a ticking area here. If you don't have one, we're going to go /ticking area add circle, and then we're going to choose the center of the circle. We're going to do a radius of 1 this time, and I'm just going to name it temp for temporary. And it says ticking area with the name temp already exists because I already have one here when I was testing this out. So to make sure these commands are always staying loaded in this part of the system here. And then we're going to build another part of the system inside of the player's base. And then this is what it looks like for the players. It's a on-off button. It'll turn this light on, and then it's going to put a block of redstone over here inside of your ticking area. For me, it's in this position here. And that basically is going to be what the players use to control the system. So we'll go ahead and turn the system on right here. You can see I got a block of redstone there. And then on the other side here, we have a block of redstone right here as well. So that's the basics for it, and that's how it works. Basically what it is it's going to give you guys a warning around your base, and then if the player ignores the warning, it's going to send them back to spawn, and it's going to tell admins who own the base, and it's going to tell admins that somebody was sent to spawn, as well as a couple of extras. So let's dive right into it right here. First, what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to go to the player's base, and we're going to make a couple of setblock commands. So we're going to go ahead and start with the on button here, and I'm going to do an impulse unconditional needs redstone command, and it's /setblock with a set of coordinates redstone block, which you're going to want to go ahead and stand right in between your two command block stacks right there, and you're going to go ahead and choose a position right there. So if I stand on top of that, right here is where I have my redstone block. So 243,563 is the coordinate we're using. We're going to put redstone right there to activate our lamp. And then the next one here is a /setblock command. And this is doing the same thing. It's just /setblock with another set of coordinates and this coordinate here. And we're going to go ahead and copy paste or write that down, whatever you'd like to, and put it in this command block here. So now that we successfully have a redstone block appearing over there, and we successfully have one appearing behind our lantern, we're going to go ahead and figure out a way to erase those. So it's the exact same thing. If you want to pick block that command over here, it's just a set block with that first set of coordinates, and then we're using air, and then it's a set block with that second set of coordinates we talked about, and we're using air, and that's how we turn the lantern on and off. So now that we're controlling a redstone block remotely inside of our command room, we're going to go ahead and put some command blocks around that redstone block in this shape here. So you're just going to go on one side of that redstone block, and we're going to put down a repeat unconditional needs redstone command, and I put a 5 tick delay on this. You can use whatever tick delay you'd like to here. It's good to use some kind of delay to help try to keep lag down. So now this is the new version of the execute command that you guys have probably been waiting for here. It's / execute at entity type equals armor stand, name equals claim 1. So we're going to put an armor stand over there in between those two command blocks, and we're going to run all those commands off that armor stand. And then we're going to do run / tell at anyone, and then you're going to put an exclamation point there, tag equals exclamation point claim 1. So we're excluding claim 1, tag equals exclamation point admin. So we're excluding admin, and then we're choosing a radius of 100 blocks. Custom message here that said you entered private property and you were teleported to spawn. So now 100 blocks is the size of the system that will actually be protected, not counting the warning. And then this here is going to actually teleport the player. It's a chain conditional always active command. Execute at entity type equals armor stand, name equals claim 1. Run teleport at anyone, and then we're going to exclude that same claim number. I'm going to exclude that same admin tag as well. And then we're doing a radius of 100, and this here 5450, that's my coordinate set. So at my spawn, I chose this coordinate to be where players got rejected. If you want them to go to jail, if you want them to go to spawn, wherever you'd like to send them, that's where you'll put your coordinates there. And then this entire time here, when you guys are switching between one security system to another, just make sure you go back through all these commands on the next system, and anywhere you see the words claim 1, we're going to change that to claim 2, and so on and so forth, just so you can have a security system for everyone's base, basically, is what we're doing here. So anyways, now that we've teleported the player to spawn, they've been rejected there. This is an optional command, chain conditional always active, and it's / tell at anyone, tag equals admin, claim number 1 sent somebody to spawn. So this is just going to tell the admin that somebody was actually sent to spawn in the chat. And then this here is the actual command that warns players. So we're going to do the same thing that we did a minute ago there. We're going to go execute at anyone. Execute at entity type equals armor stand, name equals claim 1, and then we're going to do a tell command again here, and we're running it at anyone with those two same tags excluded, and this time you can see I did R equals 125. So this is 25 blocks larger than the actual area that's being protected. So this is going to go ahead and warn players on their way in so they have a chance to turn around before they get sent back to spawn. And then I just did a custom message here as well saying you're entering private property with the owner name, turn around or be teleported to spawn. So that's your warning, and that's your teleport system with an optional message that told admin that somebody had been teleported. And then that's basically all you actually need to make it work. These next two commands here are also optional, but I find if they make a lot of these systems throughout the world, it sometimes can get a little bit confusing, so it's good to be able to see on screen who actually owns the house. So we're going to go ahead and execute at that same armor stand, which name equals claim 1, and then we're going to run a test for command, and we're going to test for at anyone, tag equals admin with a radius of 125 blocks, which is the same radius as the warning is. And 125 blocks is pretty much the maximum that works really well on this radius, because the armor stand actually has to be physically loaded into the world for this system to execute off of it. So if you guys are finding that you want to make a larger system, just keep adding more armor stands around to expand the system is basically the best way to do that. 125 block warning with a 100 block teleportation is pretty much the maximum limit. You can barely go over that. So then this next one here is going to just tell admin on the action bar who owns the base. So we're going to go execute at entity type equals armor stand, name equals claim 1, and then we're going to run a title command at anyone with the tag of admin. And then I excluded anyone with the tag of the same claim for this base, so that if you own the base, you won't be seeing this message on your screen all the time. So excluding claim 1. And we have that same radius there. That way you can use this to basically see how big the warning area is and if everything's covered. And then we did the action bar, and then I did a little squiggly signal there to turn everything green, and I just wrote a custom message, tag equals claim 1, so that I know what tag is running the system. And then I wrote owner equals Arctic Shark Games, so I know which person owns the system. And then we're going to stick a comparator in between those two commands there, so that command is running when somebody's actually being tested for an admin there. So that's an optional message that's going to pop up on screen and tell the admin that somebody actually owns the base, basically, so you know whose base is whose. So now that we did all that kind of stuff, we're ready to test this system out. We're going to need to take an armor stand, which I suggest we take the armor stand and we put it inside of this system here. You can put it wherever you want, though, as long as you have the armor stand loaded, it's going to teleport players there. So let's grab ourselves an armor stand. Here we go. And then you're going to take a name tag, you're going to name it on the anvil, whatever you named it for that command. So we're claim 1 all those times inside of that command block there. So we're going to name this armor stand claim 1. You can see it has a hover note there, claim 1. So now that we have selected the armor stand there, we're going to turn this system on. And then I've given myself all the tags at the beginning of this video here. So let's gradually go ahead and remove the tags so we can simulate what's going on here. Right now, I'm basically an admin who owns this house. So everything's secure, but I'm not getting a message or anything like that. So we're going to go ahead and run a tag command. So tag, self, remove, and then remove claim 1. So now I no longer own this house, and you can see that if an admin's visiting the house, it has this message on here that tells me who owns it and what tag number it is. And then if we go ahead and remove myself as admin, oops, oh, lowercase there. So now that I'm no longer admin, I was rejected from that person's house because I was obviously right in the middle of it. So let's go ahead and try to approach that person's house as a normal player here. So you can see once we got close to that house within 125 blocks, it's pretty hard to see, but the video is right over there that we started at. It starts popping up in the chat here, and it whispers to me that I'm entering private property and I'd better turn around or I'm going to get sent to spawn. But I didn't listen, so it says that I entered property and I was teleported to spawn. So then if I give myself the admin tag again, I will be all set to go ahead and enter that person's base again, and it'll be no big deal. As well as if you guys get yourself caught in some kind of teleportation loop and you ran these commands correctly, you should be able to just give yourself the admin tag and get yourself out of that teleportation loop or whatever other kind of weird errors you're having there. If you guys are having any trouble with this system or any other systems for that matter, please feel free to jump into the Shark Commanders Discord, which I will leave a link in the description of the video, as well as go ahead and throw a like on this video and subscribe to Arctic Shark Games here on YouTube. And thank you very much, guys. Keep commanding.